So Matthew, can you tell us about one of the darkest moments of your life?
I've had a lot of moments in my life that have been rough. I was molested as a child. That did something to me, that I always felt less than, I always felt weaker. When I was in high school, I started using drugs. Drugs made me feel good. They made me have control over these feelings that I had, and I dropped out, and I lived that life for a long time. Probably the darkest moment of my life happened in 2020. I had met someone and I got married, and I was living kind of a good life, and we both overdosed one night. I made it out and she did. And all of a sudden I was 35 years old and I found myself alone. I found myself just watching my life just crumble. I turned to the needle. I turned even harder into my mess and ended up finding myself living under a bridge, constantly wanting to die, in and out of prison. They told me I was HIV positive, and I just remember not having anyone to turn to, no one to talk to, without hope.
But God, He is God of impossibles. You are the proof of that. So I want to know, what was your but God moment in your life?
In the midst of all the hardships, in the midst of my despair and my loneliness, God still met me. But God showed His love towards me, that while I was still a sinner, while I was still in my mess, He died for me. He never left me nor forsook me. That even in the midst of tragedy and in the midst of the consequences of the life that I was living, He still loved me, He still cared for me. And He allowed all things to be stripped away so that I would know that He was the only one that I needed. That He was good and loving, and that He cared for me.
So what would be the advice that you could give to someone that has been molested when they were kids?
For those that have been through that situation, just know that it's not your fault, that there's things in this world that's wrong. But God didn't turn a blind eye to you. He knows your pain, and there's healing there. There's forgiveness there. And in my situation, I had to learn to forgive the person that did that to me, because for so much of my life I kept something secret and I held it in, and I let it poison me. It was unforgiveness, and it wasn't until I came to God that I learned what forgiveness was. The unforgiveness was me drinking poison and expecting that other person to die, and it was only hurting me. The person that did this thing to me, they were going on with life, they were living, and I was stuck in a moment when I was 6 years old, and I couldn't get past that. Come to Jesus. Jesus is able. He's able to help you in that.
So do you feel in your heart that you need to be cleansed by Him and you are ready to live for Christ?
I need that. I need that cleansing. My sins have always been ever before me. Like, I can't get them out of my head. They constantly are before me, and I need that cleansing. There's no other way.
So can I pray for you, brother? Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, for my brother Matthew.